Hey, I'm Rachel Ngom. Today we're talking about the do's and don'ts for reaching six figures. And I love talking about this topic. Tell me, has your business reached six figures yet? If not, what is your goal date to actually make that happen? So we've worked with so many students over the past several years, and I thought to myself, what's the difference maker? What is the difference between someone who's scaling to reach six figures? And some of our students have done that within a year. Some of our students have done that having $11,000 months within their third month working with us, which is just insanity. So what's the difference maker between someone who's doing that well in their business and someone who's just struggling to make things happen? So I wrote down a list. I came up with as much as that I could, and just tell me if any of these resonate with you and if you would add anything to this list. So one of the things you do need to do if you want to reach six figures in your business is have a mentor, have a coach. I've talked about this so much, but if you want to grow your business, you can't do it alone. There's just so much that you don't know, and you need help with the strategy and the guidance. And so often we're so close to our business that we just can't see. Like, we have blind spots, and there's so many aspects in our business that we need help with. I have two business coaches that I work with just because there's questions that I have, and I want to get their feedback and bounce ideas off of them. And hey, this is going on. What do you think about this? And there's just so much guidance that can be found with having that mentor and someone that's really pouring into you. There's no freaking way I would ever be where I am today and have the business that I have if I didn't make that investment in having a mentor and someone to work with. And when it comes to having a mentor, I get this question a lot, like, who should you work with? Who should you find? Look for someone who has the business that you want and the lifestyle that you want. So I'm not gonna hire someone to mentor me that's working 80-hour weeks that doesn't have kids. That does not make sense for me and what I want my life and my business to look like. I have kids, and I want to have a crazy awesome business and a freaking awesome life and be a great mom at the same time. So figure out who has that lifestyle that you want, that business that you want. They're doing the strategies that you want to implement into your business, and see if they'll mentor you. See if they have some kind of program. If you can work with them privately, if there's a group program. But that is the fastest way to get from where you are now to where you want to be. Tony Robbins says you can turn decades into days when you have the right strategy. Don't course hop. So I see this a lot with entrepreneurs trying to just save a buck by trying to get the resources and the knowledge by going on free webinars, by buying a lot of courses and spending a lot of money on these courses. A lot of times buying it and never fully implementing it because they might get stuck in some aspect of it and they never fully take action and get the results that they want. And this goes back to kind of the do. If you want to get there faster, just get the mentor and stop buying the courses. So I had one of my students, she has bought so many courses, like thousands and thousands of dollars. And as soon as we started working together, I just said, stop buying courses. Like, you're not allowed to buy anything until you run it by me. And that's what I tell all my Activate students too, because 99.9% of what you're going to need to grow your business we'll cover within Activate. If there's a course that comes out and you think you need it, ask me first before you spend the money, because I bet you that's something that I could bring on one of my friends who's an expert in that specific area to teach it to you. So you don't need to go out and buy another course. Do find a mastermind. So you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so ask yourself, who are these people? Are they helping me grow? Are they further along in certain areas of their life than I am and where I aspire to be? If they're broke, sitting on their couch, whining and complaining about their life, they might not be the best person to hang around with and spend a lot of time with. Now, I'm not saying cut everyone out of your life that isn't, like a multimillionaire, but I am saying see if you can be intentional about joining groups, programs, masterminds, something where you can really put yourself intentionally into a growth environment. And so I intentionally attend live events like Tony Robbins Business Mastery, where I'm going to be surrounded by thousands of high-powered entrepreneurs that I can connect with and I can grow and I can learn from. And so I'm intentional about joining a mastermind. I invest good money to be a part of a mastermind so I can be surrounded by people who are at a higher level than I am, so I can learn from them. So look at your inner circle. If you don't have the people around you that you want, do something, like do something radical, do something drastic. For me, it was investing a lot of money to be a part of a mastermind. And that has paid off again in dividends. Don't be a lone wolf. So talk to me if you're a lone wolf and you're just sitting at your computer by yourself trying to do everything on your own. So much harder to build a business that way when you're trying to figure everything out on your own. I can't even tell you just how helpful it is to have people that I can ask questions to of, hey, this is what I'm struggling with. Hey, this is what I need. Hey, we need to hire a salesperson on our team. Do you have someone that you recommend? Hey, just all these questions that obviously are going to come up when you have a business that you need someone to ask. And if you don't, you just end up Googling everything. And it's hard to build a really great 6-figure business just off of Google and YouTube, let me tell you. Do niche down. The riches are in the niches. And so we've helped so many of our students niche down where they're kind of all over the place and they're not quite sure on what direction they want to go to or what it is that they want to do and how they want to help people and serve people. And so we take them from like no idea to getting clarity to finding that one area and just taking it and running with it. So one of our students, she came to us as a hairstylist. She had no idea what the heck she wanted to do with her business. And she just started taking fast, messy action and sold her first course. And we niched her down to the topic of like holistic skincare and health. And she is crushing it. And I'm so like, when she said that she sold her first course, we just had our Activate call this morning at 11 o'clock. And as I was telling her how proud I am, like I literally was gonna start tearing up because she has been kind of like in her head of wanting to be that perfectionist and getting everything like perfect before she does anything. And I'm like, no, we're launching, we're doing this. And boom, she already sold a course. And I'm like, this is the first of many. It starts with 1, then you get 10, then you get 100, then you get 1,000. Don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. It is really hard to build a business as like a lifestyle entrepreneur, a lifestyle blogger, a life coach, a general health coach. There's so many different things that you could be general in. It's impossible to be an expert on all the social media platforms with how fast they're changing. So my suggestion is to pick one and run with it. So one of our Activate students, she had a lot of different things that she was really good at, and we just niched her down to, you're gonna do Pinterest ads and content writing. And now she's starting to crush it when we found that really, really specific niche for her. And so don't try to do everything and suck at it. When you do everything, it's really hard for you to become referable. When I decided to niche down to just Pinterest, it became really easy for me to become known as that Pinterest expert. And then as soon as someone would mention Pinterest, my name would come up because they would just put the 2 and 2 together. If I just did everything social media, it would have been a lot harder for me to grow as quickly as we did. And so don't be the jack of all trades. Are any of these resonating with you? Are you doing any of the right ones? And are you doing any of the wrong ones? Do outsource immediately. Like before you think you're ready, start outsourcing. And I hear so often like they can't do it as well as I can, or I can't afford to outsource, or whatever BS excuse you want to come up with, because that's what it is. You can't afford it. One of my students actually found an intern to work with her for free. And just like you can go to a college campus and find people who are hungry and they need an internship, and they'll help with your social media, they'll help with your customer service, or they'll help with your website, whatever it is that you need help with. You just have to get resourceful and figure it out. The first person I hired was for like $7 an hour or less than that in the Philippines, but you could find cheap and or free people to help you as you grow your business, and then you could start finding really good people that you can pay a little bit more. But you shouldn't be doing everything in your business because it's gonna be so much harder for you to grow, and it's going to take you so much longer. So at our past Activate retreat, I actually had our girls write down everything they were doing in their business, like everything they were doing in their business. And then I had them circle the things that only they could do. And I'm like, we need you to stay here in this zone of genius. Like, what is your zone of genius? You need to stay here. And then everything else, we need to find someone else that can take this off your plate so you can focus on the stuff that you're really good at and be the visionary of your company, instead of spending hours creating crappy graphics that someone could do for free or for like $5, right? Oh my goodness. So start before you're ready. And if someone can do it 80% as good as you, that's good enough. On our Activate call today, we were actually talking about copywriting. And the first copywriter that I hired in our business, like, it sounded nothing like me. I think she ended the email with like hugs and kisses or something like that. And I was just like, oh dear God, like that's not how I would speak at all. But I trained her. I just made notes on everything that she was doing, and I was like, this is how I would say it, this is how I speak. I write like I speak, so we need to make sure it sounds like how I would talk. And pretty soon she started to catch on, and then I'd have to do less and less changes over time. And so you have to be willing to help that person get started, train them a little bit. Same thing with hiring a social media manager. It's gonna be pretty hard when they first start for them to completely understand your branding and how you want people to feel. But you gotta help them, you gotta train them a little bit, and pretty soon they're gonna start to catch on. So if they could do it 80% as good as you, get that off of your plate. Get it to someone else. When you do that, you're gonna grow 1,000,000 times faster and reach 6 figures 1,000,000 times faster. Don't spend hours creating graphics on Canva. Nobody has said, I can't wait to work with this person because they have such pretty graphics, okay? Like, that's not a thing. So you gotta focus on the main thing, which is adding value and showing up, and then getting that crap off of your plate. If it's taking you hours to do a little, like add a plugin on your WordPress site, stop. Find someone on Fiverr or Upwork that can do that for you. Are any of these resonating with you? And are you thinking like in your head of, oh crap, like I know I'm doing this and I need to stop? So let me know if that's you and you know you need to implement some of this like ASAP. I want you to reach 6 figures in your business. I want you to crush it. I have it on my vision board to mentor at least 100 women this year to help them reach 6 figures in their business. And so we're actually still have a few more spots open in our Activate program. So if that is you, if you know that you want to reach that level of income, you want to make a massive impact in the world, go to rachelandngom.com/activate. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope I gave you just some things to think about that you need to implement, start doing right away. Take massive action. Please don't show up here, spend this time with me, and then just go back to your regular life. Because I want to help you create a transformation in your life and in your business, and you don't do that if you just go back to the way things were. I want you to take massive action on something that I talked about today. So let me know what you're taking massive action on. Okay, I'm gonna go for now, for real. So have an awesome day. I'll talk to you later.